Fans, Giants fans, boxing fans, fans all over the world. Um, Welcome back to another episode of G Nation, a live edition. I'm here with my boy Adam from Adam Costa's Hurry Up. You all, if you don't know who he is, go subscribe to him. Go check out his videos. Former intern with the New York Giants, has a lot of good insight and different perspectives that the average fan doesn't know about. Um, So if you haven't heard of him, go check him out. Go sub him up. Great content creator, good guy, and a Jersey native. So
Thank you for that introduction. That's pretty good. All of it's true. Hopefully, my perspectives are good enough for you guys to, listen to and subscribe to my show. I give some different takes. Sometimes I go against the mainstream media in terms of what I hear in the sports world, that is. So, especially pertaining to the Giants, because, they always got the bias. But, Lou, thank you for having me on. I appreciate just having a few minutes on with you.
oh man, you're always welcome on the channel, bro. I like to get perspectives and opinions from everybody, but especially with the Giants community that we've developed since we've been doing lives and making content. Um, but what is your take on the offense and what it may look like now without Garrett?
Well, I think you're going to see a lot more downfield throws. That's one. Getting Galladay involved in the offense is going to be a high priority because obviously they didn't do it last week. And one of the main focuses with Garrett was he didn't go downfield. So right now, Judge has got to prove a lot of stuff, right? He's got to prove that Garrett was the issue and that his boy Freddie Kitchens has a better game plan going into Sunday. That I heard, this is rumor, again, nothing final, is that Daniel Jones is getting a wristband on his arm.
I heard the same
About
thing.
time. It's
I
about
heard the
time.
same thing.
Like, come on. Like, you're going to wait 3 years in to give him a wristband? This should have been day one.
Yeah.
So what that's going to do is allow him to call some plays or just say, hey, call play 20, call play 1, call play 3. That way it'll be a little faster. He can communicate it. Let's see if they execute. Remember, Daniel Jones has some limitations. And we'll find out these next 6 games if it was on Garrett, who was trying to mask some of his limitations, or if it was Daniel Jones just being coached to look a certain way. We'll find out. I'm excited to see what happens on Sunday. It should be a lot better. I hope they get Barkley involved. Tony, I don't know. I think he's 50-50. But mainly look for Galladay. Look for, the tight end, Evan Ingram, I think is going to play a big role. And one of the third receivers, maybe John Ross and Barkley, are going to come out of the backfield and do some things.
Well, they ruled Tony out yesterday.
I heard he was doubtful. I just saw a thing on the Giants today that he said he was doubtful, which means he's probably out anyways. But that gives you a 50-50 chance that he plays. I think they did that just for, the Eagles to be like, oh, well, maybe he's going to play. But, we know he's not. And it's unfortunate because here we are every week talking about the same thing, right? Oh, injuries to the offensive line, injuries to the skill players. We can't evaluate Daniel Jones. Meanwhile, I hear other guys on other radio stations and other podcasts that are Giant related as well. And they said, well, Daniel Jones got to elevate what's given to him, right? And so to me,
That's
agree.
what the elite quarterbacks do. That's what the good quarterbacks do. So if you want to be at least good, not just decent or not just middle of the run quarterback, you're going to have to elevate the team. You're going to put the team on your back sometimes. Yes.
Well, it also means not making a mental error with throwing the ball across your body when somebody's in your chest plate. Those are what good quarterbacks don't do. You just take the sack and eat the hit and say, all right, we'll punt the next day instead of throwing
or throw the shit out of bounds.
Right. I mean, there's plenty of times to do that as well. The 2 interceptions in the game last week were very telling to me and very scary because these are things that we've seen before and we can't break out. And that has nothing to do with coaching. That's what people don't understand. That has nothing to do with coaching. That is him just staring down the gun barrel and throwing the ball right at somebody. So for me, if I'm Freddie Kitchens, I want to see, one, how Kitchens calls a game. If he does more flow with the game, because remember, Jason Garrett did the first 15 plays, and then it was like throw darts against the wall after that. Like, oh, let's see what works. Let's run a reverse in the middle of first down in the middle of the field or in the red zone. I want to see Freddie Kitchens do a little bit more, maybe up tempo, maybe run the ball, maybe stay with the run if it's working, maybe pass it when you need to pass it. Do a little bit more creativity. Don't make it telegraphed. I mean, every time Tony came in, we knew a gadget play was happening.
Yep.
Every time. So I want to see a little bit more flow. Let's see if Freddie Kitchens has modernized the NFL game, because I think Jason Garrett's game plan worked in the mid 2000s, early 90s when you were run first heavy team. Now you need to pass first. And this will be this game. I know I'm rambling on, but this game for me, I want to see how I want to see how Kitchens calls it, right? Let's see how much different his game plan is than Garrett's. How much autonomy they're giving to Daniel Jones, meaning, are they going to let him just check in and out of plays? Is he going to just say, hey, listen, here are the 3 plays I want you to call, bing, bang, boom, 2, 5, and 7, go. And then I want to see when those plays are executed, who's the culprit of if they don't work out? Is it the offensive line? Is it a bad read by the quarterback? Is it the running back not going to the correct hole? Because collectively, this team stinks. We like to pinpoint what is wrong, but collectively the offense is struggling. And yeah. I don't hear excuses this Sunday if they come out and perform garbage this week. And then I can hear it now, Lou. Oh wait, they only had a week to adjust. They need to get more time. Everything like that. Daniel Jones still needs more time. Like, give me a break. You laugh because it's true.
No, yeah, I laugh because I can see it and I can hear it as well. I've been one of the people who defended Daniel Jones, and that's because I saw what he was able to do under Pat Shermer. Pat Shermer's offense made Daniel Jones look like a capable quarterback.
Exactly.
And he made it look like, hey, we may have picked the right guy here.
Right.
But under Jason Garrett, he has regressed. And I believe that part of that was because Garrett was turning him into a one-read quarterback. He didn't give him command of the offense. He didn't allow him, like you said, he's just getting a wristband. So I've seen some videos where when Daniel Jones calls an audible, you can visibly see Jason Garrett sitting on the sideline going, like, your play design was so much better. You're trash, bro. You stink.
Well, I look at it like this. I don't think he trusted Daniel Jones, right? Because remember, Daniel Jones fumbled. So his first correction was to come in and eliminate those fumbles and those turnover-worthy plays that Daniel Jones had. So maybe he handcuffed Jones a bit to try to get him out of that quagmire of fumbling. However, if he did do that next year, which would be this year, you're supposed to open up the playbook. It seemed like he didn't even open up the playbook except for like one game against the Saints. Now you can tell me that, we had all our weapons then, but at the same time, there's plenty of games this year against Kansas City, against, other teams that we've played where the offense needed to put a touchdown on the board and we're running a reverse or we're running a run play that doesn't work out. Like, this needs to be better. You can't just do the same stuff and hope it works. Why not a screenplay? Like that one play in Kansas City when the tight end caught the ball, Rudolph, in the end zone. I was like, wow, where's that creativity against Denver when we're in the red zone? Where was that creativity when we were in other games in the red zone? No, all we're doing is trying to smash it up the field with an offensive line that's absolutely trash. And I understand his thinking. Okay, my line stinks. Let me give him one read to get the ball out. But the problem that I have with that then is if that's your deal, one read and go, then why isn't Daniel Jones throwing the ball out of bounds quickly? Okay, coach, I'm gonna do your thing. Our offense isn't going anywhere because you're telling me to read this half of the field and ain't nobody on there. Right. And then you look at that play where the 3 guys were meshing in the middle. And I'm looking at Daniel Jones like, common sense, bro. You need to know that there's somebody on the backside of your play. You're going there and you're looking at that tablet every time. What are you doing looking at that tablet? Are you standing there looking at that tablet for the cameras? Like, oh, let's pretend that we're doing something and then go out the next play and run the same freaking scheme. You know why other teams – this is why the Eagles, are our team that we should emulate. Because Nick Sirianni started with passing, right? Realized passing ain't working right now. Let me run the ball. He decided to run the ball. Now he's predominantly a run-heavy team, and it's opened everything up for him. Jason Garrett's like, well, I'm just going to run the same old shit out here. Hope it works. Sorry, Judge, we lost again. Great job, guys. Let me clap it up for you. Another, we'll get him next week type of thing. No, and to me, I think Judge. There must have been a disconnect between Judge and Garrett because when you saw them on the sideline, I never saw him get in Garrett's face. I never saw him like talking really to the offense, doing much. Right? He would talk to the defense, He talked to the offensive line a little bit, but he would never be in Garrett's face like, what are you doing? You know, you heard Bill Parcells yelling at Belichick, yelling at his offensive coordinator. What are you doing out there? Why is this guy doing this? Let's make it work, right?
I did, Mac. Thank you. Hope you did too. No, I agree with you. Yeah, but I just, I've seen a lot of people and heard a lot of people say the offense is going to come out completely different. They're going to dominate now, and I'm like, we still have a shitty offensive line. I know you heard me say that yesterday. I'm like, we have one offensive lineman, Andrew Thomas. That's it. The rest of these guys are bums that could be sitting at a bar eating peanuts, drinking beer, like,
or working security at the bar.
I'm serious. Look, I was hyped up about Will Hernandez. Trash. Nick Gates got hurt. He's gone. Right? Matt Pert hasn't shown us much. Nate Solder is freaking IHOP as much as he gets pancaked. And Billy Price is trash.
He's a turnstile in New York subway.
We gave up BJ Hill for Billy Price. What's up, Slay? And Billy Price hasn't shown us a damn thing. So
but then again, that falls on Gettleman to a certain extent. I know people don't want to talk about him and they want to praise him as if
he can't evaluate talent like.
Right. You bring in Billy Price. Not only did you bring in Billy Price, you traded for Billy Price, right? You traded, I do believe, BJ Hill straight up for Billy Price, who you got to ask yourself why the Bengals, who are a offensive line star team, are getting rid of this guy. Then you traded for Ben Bredesen, who, by the way, ain't even playing. You got Matt Segura playing, right? Oh, a guy who was not supposed, who was on your practice squad, who couldn't make it in Miami, is now starting after you gave up assets to get Bredesen. Okay, Bredesen is a fourth-round pick. You gave up something for him to then bring him in, and now he's on the bench. And the only explanation I get is he had a wrist injury. So either A, he's really bad, or he must be really bad if he can't beat out Matt Segura, because Matt Segura is not that great. What I would have done, and this is me, I would, if I'm Judge, say Price to the bench, Segura to center, Bredesen back to your left guard spot. Over here to kind of get the line jump started, because if the center position is the main position and focal point of the offensive line, and if we keep leaking stuff through there, right? What you really want, there you go, Sunday. But if you want to, have a good offensive line, you need the center to be the strongest point on your team. And when Billy Price is given, you watch Billy Price on some of these all 22s, and he's looking at nobody. He's looking at nobody.
He looks confused as hell.
Like, what do you do? Like, what are you doing in the offensive line? Like, if I'm the offensive line coach, why am I sitting there telling Judge, let's roll this guy out every week. This is our best center. You got to be kidding me. I can play center better than that.
Brett Hagee, who's been on the damn practice squad forever, should have been elevated and tried out by this point. I mean, because these guys are trash.
Exactly, Lou. That's what I'm talking about. This is why I thought I liked Judge, because last year, Judge, when there was a inadequacy on his team, he got rid of that guy. Oh, you can't catch the ball? See ya. Next guy up, right? Now it's like, oh, he wants to play favorites now. I mean, look at Tate Crowder. I love Tate Crowder, but he's
I think he's hasn't been allowed to because of the cap situation that Gettleman created.
Right. That's another issue, right? And here's one of the things that irks me about this team is they spent over $100 million on a couple free agents for a playoff run, right?
And the fact that we're not winning doesn't give him much leg to stand on and complain about shit.
Exactly. So my point is, you spent all this money, got the green light, and everyone's like, well, Mara has her hand in everything. Yeah, he's the owner of the team. But you can't tell me that he didn't say don't hire Kenny Golladay. He said do what you got to do. Here's the money. Go
get what we need to win. Yeah,
exactly. And you went in there and you evaluated the guy from Detroit, who, by the way, we all wanted Kenny Golladay.
Yeah, I was hyped up about Golladay, but you can't fucking block.
Right. Oh, that Lou, that really got you. That got my craw too, because
bro, that shit had me. I wanted to throw something at my TV. I was like, yo, this
dude, that guy is $76 million. And then the worst part is he like throws his hands up like, oh, like, yeah, if you made the play, bro, maybe he's going to the house.
Listen, even the most diva receiver we had, Odell Beckham, he blocks.
Right.
Sterling Shepard, Riggs always gets hurt. He blocks.
But it's like, you're 6'4", 220 pounds, and that's the effort you give me? And then you want to go and complain to the coach that you're not getting the ball. Give me a break. Because if this was Parcells, his ass would have been on the bench. If this was Coughlin, his ass would have been on the bench.
Facts.
right? They would have said there, you don't want to block $76 million? Fine, I'll get somebody who's a booty-ass receiver in Colin Johnson to block on the play. Go learn something.
And he would have blocked his ass off, too.
But no, what do? We're like, oh, well, it's Kenny Golladay. We let him pass. And I'm like, yo, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about with this team.
Because there was one man to block. If he'd have blocked that dude, he was gone.
Right. And who knows what happens? I think it was Barkley's screen or Tony's screen. One of the two. I think it was
momentum changer right there. We'd have scored. We'd have been down by a field goal. That would have changed the momentum, and we might have got back in that game. But no.
Right. And then the thing that this brings me back to Garrett.
How you gonna be a diva coming from fucking Detroit? You ain't won nothing.
Right. And the thing is, I understand your frustration. You don't want to run 5-yard slant routes, but when you are open, which we've diagnosed the play where he was open, you got to give me efforts when you're not there, because that's what used to happen with Moss. But with Moss, I would get a 90-yard bomb for a touchdown, so I could kind of look under the rug on certain things when he didn't want to block fully. You know what I mean? I'd be like, all right, that's Randy Moss. He's going to catch a 90-yard touchdown, and I'll be good. Kenny Golladay, you've done nothing. You've done nothing but been injured for 2 seasons. We're not talking about 1 season. You were injured this season. You were injured the season prior to that season. You never finished the full season. You come into Giants saying, "Oh, I'm going to work hard." No. The first thing you do is pull your hamstring. We don't see you for 4 weeks. We barely get you.
For nothing, leave nothing.
First, then we get you in the game, and you can't even break a tackle. The only game you do well in is the Saints game, and guess what? Oh, you get injured again. Okay,
Riggs.
And then you got Sterling Shepard, who I love, but my God, you must be on the juice or something, because the guy can't stay healthy for his life. He ran across the field. He didn't do anything but run across the field and fell over like got shot by a sniper. Like that. And then the worst part is I see his dumb little ass jumping up and down, waving towels, on the sideline. And I'm like, yo, so you're able to jump around with all that adrenaline, but you can't come out here and catch a pass and fall to the floor? Give me a break. I think a lot has to change. I think the strength and conditioning coach needs to go next year. I think Patrick Graham, here's the thing that I want to run by you, Lou. I hate this defense for this reason. They don't have an identity. They don't have anything they can hang their hat on, right? Because someone was saying in a podcast I was listening to, none of the streams that we had, they said the problem with the Giants defense is they don't know if they're 3-4 or 4-3. And because of that, you can't draft the correct personnel or get the right guys in there because you don't have an identity that you need. You know what I mean? You don't have an identity to say, well, we need a 3-4 outside linebacker. Well, guess what? Dexter Lawrence, is playing out of position. Either he's a nose tackle or you put a 4-3 and he's a defensive tackle with Leonard Williams. But no, what you're doing, you're moving him up and down. You're moving Leonard Williams up and down the line like he's an edge rusher. Okay, you're trying to match up like this is basketball on turf. This is not basketball on turf. The great defenses are 3-4s or 4-3s. They have an identity. They go in. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs
or the 4-6 that the Bears ran in '85.
Look at Spagnuolo. Spagnuolo, he gets his guys in position. They feel themselves out, and then they diagnose what works and they go after it. And they're a 4-3 team. Okay, with Chris Baker.
Spagnuolo runs a 4-3.
Right. But, you look at other teams that run a 3-4. Okay, that's why we don't have the linebackers. Me, I would have moved Carter to the middle already, because what is he doing on the outside? The same thing he's doing on the inside. Nothing. Okay? So try him out at a different position. See what that's going to do. Cam Brown, he played middle linebacker in college, and they're making him play a stand-up edge linebacker here. He's no Micah Parsons. So the thing, and don't get me started on that guy. That's a totally different, conversation for another day. But my point is, with no identity, how are you going to go? Like, look at what happened against the team Tampa Bay. We played the zone all day. We didn't adjust much, and Tom Brady ate us up. That was the game plan we went into. Maybe if we had an identity and we had the actual personnel to run, like Azeez Ojulari should not be having his hand in the dirt. He should not have his hand in the dirt whatsoever. He should be standing up all day like Olivier Vernon used to do when he was in Miami, and being able to see things that come at him. No, you know what happens when you're on the ground? You are disadvantaged to the D lineman, okay? Yes, sure, he can get out in a sprinter stance, but he has a disadvantage because now he's got to bring his head up and everything out of his body, as opposed to standing there ready to go, looking at the entire line, ready to hit somebody. Now, Roche, who's played defensive end, not outside linebacker, can have his hand in the dirt. Why? Because that's what his muscle memory is there for. He needs to set the edge. So the problem right now, if I'm the Giants, is when this offseason happens, and let's say they get a new coordinator. I'll talk about that in a minute. But when I look at the defense, I got to look at Patrick Graham like, yo, bro, are we running 4-3 or are we running 3-4? Because we got guys in this draft in Hutchinson and Thibodeau who are better suited for different defenses. Hutchinson can play a 3-4, but he's probably better for a 4-3 end, right? Just the way his measurables are. He's about 6'4", 267. That's a big end. That was like Michael Strahan back in the day. Okay, Strahan played about 270, 280. Then he got down to about 265 his Super Bowl year. So if you're going to run a 4-3, then I understand drafting the way you draft. If you're going to run a 3-4, then maybe you want a guy like a Thibodeau. Maybe you want a Brian Burns, a guy like that who played outside linebacker to go with Ojulari. That's my main concern about the defense. Offensively, for me, the offensive game plan should be looked at because if you get a new guy in here, how long is it going to take for them to adjust?
Right.
What up, yo?
I was waiting to see if you was gonna say anything.
No, I was just trying to like set my thing up. Yeah.
I'm in my eye, man.
Well, so let me get your take here there, BPS. So you guys are coming off a big victory. Now they have a lot of Giant fan beat reporters saying the Giants are going to come out gangbusters and beat the Eagles, and I have a gut feeling that that's not going to happen. For me, at least, I have a gut feeling that the Eagles are looking after watching what happened on Thursday and the Cowboys losing and, Washington winning and Minnesota winning. There's a shot for you guys to make the playoffs.
Yeah. And the Saints just lost last night too. So that helps us more.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, yeah, we beat the Saints. Now that means nothing.
Yeah, it literally means nothing. Yeah. I mean, see, I really feel like we're gonna lose. I feel like these are the
damn right you know you're gonna lose.
No, I'm being serious here. I really think we're losing. I think we can win, but I just feel like these are the type of games that everyone's gonna think we're gonna win. We're not the underdogs. We play better when we're the underdogs. And y'all have like a new I guess identity now. I don't know what your identity is. Y'all haven't found it out yet.
Stop trying to piggyback off of what
I mean, I still feel like y'all are trying to do something new. Yeah, y'all are trying to do something new. So
the thing that I'm worried about is we haven't changed the offensive line.
Yeah.
F our identity, right? Fuck our identity. Sorry, Lou. We don't have anybody on the offensive line that I trust against your defensive line to tell me like, oh, well, this is going to be great. If they had a decent offensive line and the offense was staggering and we got rid of Garrett and Jones was back there reading War and Peace like Tom Brady was last week, then I'd be like, yo, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so now you're going to tell him to drop back more, throw the ball deep downfield, and hope that he doesn't get his head knocked off. Well, the reason why Garrett stifled him a bit was because of that offensive line. I think he did mention Garrett didn't sneakily say something about the offensive line that they tried to bring up with the beat reporters to Joe Judge. Joe Judge played it off as like he didn't hear anything, which is a load of garbage because I know that he heard something. Pat Halen probably put that on his desk, say, look what your offensive coordinator said. But the point is, that's how Garrett is coaching. What is Freddie Kitchens going to do? He's got the same person. He's got the same personnel. Billy Price is still your center. So unless something changes up like that, that's what I'm worried about. Defensively, I have no idea how they're going to come out. I have no idea. Right. This team is like Jekyll and Hyde. And with a quarterback that couldn't move, they got carved up. Now we got a quarterback that can actually maneuver in the pocket. Let's see what happens.
And I just wanted to say the Eagles, I think when we played the Saints, we didn't have a single sack. We caused a couple pressures, but we didn't have a sack against the Saints, and they were missing a lot of offensive linemen. So, Javon Hargrave, I think he can make something happen, but like the defensive line this year hasn't been big for us unless it's in the rush defense. That's the only good.
This is the Eagles we're talking about. You always play the Giants tough. I'm not going to sit here and believe any of that nonsense because if I do that, I'm going to be one of those fans that walks in there like a fat, happy cat. Like, yeah, we got this. We're going to beat the Eagles. Next thing you know, Javon Hargraves is crushing our quarterback and he's fumbling all over the place.
Jordan Howard isn't
Happy Thanksgiving.
Sledgehammer.
Everybody had a good meal yesterday.
Joel, how you doing, man? You're silent over there.
I'm doing all right. I've been listening to you. You know, you don't get to talk a lot, so I waited like 15 minutes. I wanted to make sure you got things out and hear what you had to say. And
thank you.
Look, I support Daniel Jones. He's a giant. Everybody comes down a little hard to him, and I know, Adam, you do too. You want to see him succeed, and it is frustrating. But as long as they're a giant
blue, we want to see him win. But
exactly.
To a certain point.
And look, you know what? I can only say so many times and give so many points, but I really do believe that Daniel's going to be a different guy now. I think we're going to see a different. I think you're going to see the movement in the pocket. I think you're going to see some.
He should be because
exactly. I've got a commitment at 5:00, Lou, but I had to come here and show support.
You're on the stream as well?
Yeah, I'll be on with Coach Dante.
Yeah,
he got a hold of me yesterday, and at 5:00 he wants to go live. So I got to go over and rep Giants, man. So
yeah, I'm going there later.
But now you're doing a boxing match here later tonight, Lou?
Tomorrow night.
Oh, that's tomorrow night. The two fights.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos and the two undercards.
Okay.
And then December 5th, I'm doing Javante Davis and Isaac Pitbull Cruz.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, make sure you come and watch that with Lou. He's great when it comes to boxing and everything and details. This is going to be a fun night, man. Everybody, make sure you sub up.
Lopez is overrated. I just want to say that. Lopez, I cannot stand that, man.
He's got a big mouth, but he's from New York. He's from home.
Right.
I gotta hold him down until his mouth writes a check his ass can't
but,
cash.
Going off what Adam said, I agree. This next 7 games is very important for DJ. And we all need to see improvement. Like I said, he's my quarterback. I'm gonna root for him.
We're not cheering for him to fail.
Right. I just want to get that out there too. Because I think what the narrative for me that people are thinking is I hate the guy. I don't. I'm just pointing out his flaws, but I also know that he's my quarterback. Listen, I had to ride with Dave Brown. I had a conversation with my friend who's a Cowboy fan. He's like, "Remember back in the day, you used to rep Dave Brown as a quarterback?" I said that was my guy because that was the guy I had. I had to rep somebody. I know we all know that.
I was just going to say Danny Cannell.
Yeah, Danny Cannell. Mike Cherry. Kent Graham. Like those guys are booty. But
here
when we went on Sunday, we had to be like, we believe in Kent Graham. He's going to throw. I mean, Kerry Collins, I loved when Ernie, of course, he brought over Kerry Collins. I was like, wow, this is what a quarterback really looks like. This is what an actual franchise guy can do for us. And Kerry gave us some good seasons, right?
He did.
Well, he's fighting the Australian. He's fighting the Australian serial killer tomorrow night.
Hey man, Lopez is overrated. I don't like that dude.
Hey,
well, we don't like you, but we still let you on here.
But you know what though, and I think that's why I go the route that I go is because not everybody's pointing out the flaws and agreeing with it and getting pissed off. So what I'm trying to do is just change people's views, and maybe not get so upset, just to bring a different viewpoint. Because I mean, we can all sit here and say right now he sucks.
Well, the one thing I will say is the problem he got is they want to compare him to Eli Manning. And I think that puts him behind the 8 ball because all we think of is Eli Manning. And because Giants are blinded by the trophies that he brought us, we don't remember the struggles that Eli Manning had.
Right.
But then after we remember those struggles, then we look at Daniel Jones and we put him on this pedestal of Eli. And now he has to live up to those expectations when he should be living up to Daniel Jones. Right. And the problem is that when you come in, look at Miami, right? They still haven't found a quarterback since Marino. Right. So everybody has to be the next Marino. Same thing with Denver. Up until they found Peyton Manning, nobody was the next Elway. Right. And they went through quarterback after quarterback. So Daniel Jones came in with Eli, was supposed to be mentored. Remember, he's had a tumultuous run here. He was supposed to sit down for a year and learn. Then he gets thrust in week 3 into the season with a quarterback. With a coach who knows how to use quarterbacks well, right? Then after that happens, his guy, Pat Shermer, fired his ass. I got fired. Right. Jason Garrett, who we're all saying, well, look what he did with Dak Prescott. We got Saquon Barkley. Maybe this will be some type of, same kind of hit here. Well, it didn't happen because, Garrett got scared of the offensive line. And that was one of his main issues. In Dallas, he didn't need to worry about that. So he could be a little bit more creative. Now you can't be creative when you don't trust your offensive line. I think that was his problem. For next year, we think John Slater. No, we get Kadarius Toney. Go figure. And the same thing happened. And
Right.
because he only looks. I wouldn't say he's a one-read quarterback. I think he's a half-field quarterback right now. That would be what I'm saying by that is it'll at least give him 2 or 3 reads on that side of the field. Because if he's one read, then they've got real problems because then he should have just dumped the ball off or ran after that first read was gone. I think he's a half-read quarterback, meaning they said, listen, if this half of the field's not open, throw it away, right? Or problem is the guys get in so quick by the time he's going to the second read, he's already under siege. And then Daniel Jones is a playmaker, so he's like Eli. Remember, Eli used to stand in there and throw some ducks. You're like, what the heck are you doing, man? Like against Minnesota, Eli Manning threw 4 picks a game against Minnesota.
Yes.
4, and 2 of them returned for touchdowns. And we're sitting there like, man, we got to get rid of this guy. Then the next week comes out and throws dimes all over the place.
Right.
And I think what we need is we have these moments with Daniel Jones. We just need it more consistent, and we need a coming of age game. One of those games where okay, he's got this, right? Because Eli, he had that game in Dallas in 2004 where he had the ball on the 5-yard line, and they were in a pass, and he goes to change up the ball and hands it off to Tiki Barber, and we win the game in 2004 at the end of the year because of Eli Manning starting to mature. We need to see that with Daniel Jones.
Well, you said it right there, though, Adam. I mean, Eli was allowed to take deep shots.
Right.
And we see Daniel do it, and he is good at it, but he's not doing it. And that's what frustrates everybody.
But there's also problems where there is time and he's missing guys. And that's what frustrates me. I know other quarterbacks do it, but there's some routine throws that I look at, and I'm like, dude, you hit that play, it's a first down. Dude, you make that throw, it's a first down. No. And then he'll make the dime throw like the Slayton to the back of the end zone against the Vikings, and then he can't hit a guy who's wide open running down the sideline in Washington. Now, Joe Montana said this once. They asked him to analyze a game because he was going to be on Fox, and quarterback threw an interception, and the producer goes, "What's wrong with the quarterback here?" He goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "That could have been on the receiver right there who didn't read the sight adjust. So the quarterback threw it to where he was supposed to go, and the receiver screwed up." So they kind of fired him and said, "You can't have this job because you weren't critical of the quarterback." So yes, everything is over scrutinized with Daniel Jones. Some of it is the stupidity of his team. Darius Slayton not running the correct route, right?
Yes.
Colin Johnson, telegraphing the offense when he's coming into block because God forbid Kenny Golladay would block, right? Then you have the gadget players such as Tony who comes in and Garrett's like, well, let me run a reverse, and everybody even Tampa Bay said it. We know what was coming. We knew what was coming. On that rollout on 4th and 1, they said they knew exactly what the play call was. So if they can tell on the field what's going on, what do you think is going to happen when the play is run?
Exactly. And then that puts everybody at a disadvantage on that entire offense.
Right. Because they know the plays. Now, to me, it's like, well, who are you masking? I'd rather have Daniel Jones get crushed by off the line. You throw the ball downfield because guess what? You saw those games over. You saw that Dallas Cowboy game, right? The Raider guy, Derek Carr, threw the ball deep to somebody after he got leveled, and they called a pass interference on underthrown football. Okay, so now maybe if we did that with Daniel Jones, maybe we're getting some calls, and maybe the games are changed a little differently. Maybe in the game against the Washington Redskins, we're up because a pass interference is called because we're throwing it downfield.
I'm not counting on those damn pass interference because the refs pick the flags up and say it's uncatchable. Yeah,
right. Well,
I see what you're saying. Yes,
the more of those you have, the more attempts at it you'll get. Right.
Right.
The more they're going to have to call it because there's one time where your guy breaks it, and like in a fast break in basketball, you got 2 options: you let the layup go in, or you do that, clear pass foul.
Right.
So. And that's what's happening right now is that we don't go deep. We have the best 50-50 ball catcher in the NFL in the last few years, and he is catching slant routes.
Yep, I agree.
And then we have our gadget player that we watched and said, oh, my God, this guy's a human joystick throwing 70-yard bombs.
That's why I said, everyone says, well, what do you blame on Jones and what do you blame on Garrett? And I said, Garrett's 80%. And Jones is 20, and everybody's like, no, Jones is more 40%. I know it's Garrett because if you look at the play calls that are going on, if you look at the scheme that he's running, he's not confusing any defense. The defense knows what he's got coming out, so it's more than just DJ. It's like 20% for DJ, 40% for the offensive line, 30% for the freaking wide receivers, because we've seen it last year. Daniel audibles at the line and the receivers block instead of going out for a friggin' pass. And like you said, we're not getting any blocking from our receivers. I mean, Sterling Shepard was the greatest downfield blocker. If Odell had the ball, you bet your ass Sterling Shepard was busting his ass down there to make a block for him. We're not seeing that.
He did it in the Washington game with Barkley running that deep pass. He laid out Josh Norman. Right?
Yeah.
No, you'll forget that block because
got hurt when Barkley stiff armed that dude.
Right. When he ran by and pointed at it, and as Josh Norman gets leveled. My thing is this. I think it's like what was happening with the Jets, right? It was partially on Sam Darnold and partially on Adam Gase for the struggles that are happening, right? I think Daniel Jones doesn't help himself when he holds the ball from that long. Okay, when he doesn't get the ball out when he should be, right? And the routes aren't helping him because A, people are jumping them because they know. B, Evan Ingram can't run that correct route for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know how hard it is to run around and turn around, because if you watch, Kyle Rudolph ran that same route, but he had a little shimmy shake at the end and made the catch. So I think a lot is on, and I think Daniel's put a lot of pressure on himself as well, which doesn't allow for how should I put this? It doesn't allow for the mistakes to go away because he's always in his head, right?
Can't recover from them.
Right. Yep. Because every time you watch Daniel, when he breaks down, is because his either first read breaks down or he's not sure of where to go with the football, right? Well, if he's decisive, when he's like, okay, I'm going deep on this play, he's good. It's the problem is that he gets a little rattled easily throughout the game. And I need to see, because when Eli threw 4 picks, at the end of the day, I knew that 2 minutes ago in the game, defense kept us in the game. I'm giving the ball to Eli Manning.
Right.
We're going down to win. And when I have Daniel Jones and those type of things happen, I'm scared because I'm like, is he going to fumble? Is he off? Because I feel like the Giants right now are a mentally weak team. And they can't handle positivity, They always seem to, once they get to the 50-yard line, there's always a holding play or some type of
offsides.
Offsides, a penalty, a holding. Nate Solder decides he doesn't want to block on that play. And all of a sudden they go backwards. And then that's when you get into trouble. I mean, the Giants, if you watch them, can move the ball inside the 20s. When they get to the 20s, they have trouble. And then even when they get to the opponent's plus territory, that's when they start to get like, oh my God, what's going to happen? They do stuff. I mean, Will Hernandez can't catch a freaking break on these stunts. How long are you going to be in the league and see the same stunt beat you?
Oh my God.
Dude,
he had a 6. He had a 6 blocking grade, not 60, 6. That was Hernandez's blocking grade. We
might as well put Isaiah Wilson in.
That's what I want to do. I said put Pert and Isaiah Wilson in on the right side because them two guys just suck balls. Man, I'm sorry, but they damn it.
Scrotum. They suck scrotum. It's true.
Exactly.
My thing is that there's another reason why I'm frustrated.
They're not gooch suckers, are they? Damn, bro.
the thing that annoys me is that Judge was the guy pulling guys last year, and now he's not pulling them.
Right.
What has changed? What are you scared of? You now want to fire your offensive coordinator. Now I don't want to hear any excuses. Now you need to make changes. You should have done it. If you were going to do that, you should have did it in the bye week. But what happened was, like I said in my video, the Raiders won, and they're like, kumbaya, let's give it another week, kick this down the road. Instead, like I kept telling Authentic, we only scored 16 points. Well, the game plan was great. No, it wasn't great. It was great because we had the defense help us score a touchdown. That's why it looked great, right? When you're dealing with the lead, and all you have to do is turn the ball around and hand it off, and your quarterback doesn't have to do much. He had almost less than 100 yards in the NFL passing that game. That's like an NFL record in the last 5 years for a quarterback doing that. So don't tell me the game plan is working just because we won. It was terrible then. And then all of a sudden you have to get exposed on national TV because you want to kick it. Give it one more try, guys.
No, let's run the same play 30 times. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, it's like Garrett. The problem with Garrett is like James Betcher was. He has a system that if you don't run his system, it's your fault, not mine. Right. James Betcher was the same way on defense. He didn't adjust. So the defense is getting gashed, and he's sitting there like, well, my scheme works. What are you guys doing? Well, you have Antoine Bethea, who should be on an AARP meeting somewhere, not playing football, okay? That guy is so far gone. And he should be, collecting checks.
AARP meeting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, Lou, how long are you going to go for? How long are you going to go for, Lou?
I have no idea.
All right. I'll try to jump back on. Like I said, I got a commitment. Another content creator got a hold of me yesterday so I got a scoop. But I had to come and show support, damn it. Adam, it was great talking to you.
You're talking with you.
Yep. I mean, I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great weekend. And I hope, if I don't, I'll probably see you guys later tonight on Pat's channel at least when we do film breakdown, and then we can really holler at each other.
Oh, that's right. They do the film breakdown tonight. That's right. So I'll be there tonight, and then we'll be on my channel for the boxing tomorrow night.
I want to holler not because we're arguing, but holler because we're all getting to the same place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we are.
I feel like the problem is we always hollering, but everyone's taking it like personally, and we're here at it's like Charlie Brown's teacher, robble, right? That's basically what we're doing with each other. We're all having the same ideas. We're like, no, you're wrong. No, you're right. Like, dude, we're both wrong because the Giants are 3-8. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all of us want them to be 10-7 or 12-5, whatever the record you wanted. So we're all wrong. So
right.
It's not that I want to go on there and fight with people. And, that's the whole point about it. I wanted to just tell you this before you go, Joe. We're not tagging you. So if you ever feel uncomfortable, you don't need to leave a stream.
Man.
It's more about just we are passionate about our ideas.
No, Adam, what it is I have a mouth, okay? And instead of ruin a friendship, I walk away. And I'm sorry if it's rude that I click and just leave, but however, I'd rather keep the friendship and cool down and settle down and think about everything and then come back and do this right here where you and me can talk.
I don't have any hard feelings toward you.
I don't have, same here, Adam. No hard.
It was just, what we're doing is we're having a debate, which leads to heated discussion because you're passionate about your point, right? It's not about you being right or wrong.
Welcome to the G Nation show where we bring people of opposing opinions together and we work it out like men.
Well, I think of it like the WWE behind closed doors for friends, but I gotta elbow drop you every once in a while, Joe.
That's right.
Put you in the rock bottom.
Miz, we hate you too, damn it. I got to scoot, guys. I do appreciate you having me on, Adam. Like, no hard feelings, man. Sometimes, we just do what we have to do, and sorry if it's rude, but I'd rather keep a friendship than
I just wanted to let you know that I wasn't like trying to attack you personally or your opinion, just the thought process.
I know.
That's all.
I get 6 people coming at me though, and they're going, "What are you thinking about, Joel?" I was like, Jesus Christ. Okay, there's a rush and a half. All right, guys. Take care.
Peace. Be easy.
All right, Joe. See you later. Oh man.
That's some good shit.
That was some good shit.
But like what I'm saying is that she's like, yeah, I like everyone that will not agree. Yeah, but the problem happens. See, that's Miz right there. I love fighting with Adam. Yeah, Miz, I don't enjoy fighting with you. Every day this guy wakes up and he's like he pokes the bear every day. That's what he does. He wakes up and just starts poking. Like his first text is like, yo, Jones is getting traded. Wilson's coming here. Yo, I love it, man. Watch this, right? And then all of a sudden he goes, well, I love Daniel Jones. And you're like, dude, man, either get on one side or get off my damn DMs, man. Keep bothering me about shit I don't need to talk about right now, right? So you'll have one, and then we'll talk with our friend who's a Jet fan, and he'll bring up 4 Super Bowls. I'm like, dude, we're caca in the last 5 years. You're bringing up trophies that are collecting dust because you want to win a Jet argument? Who gives a damn? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I love my voices. I love to have my voice heard. I love to get into it with people. The problem is people think that I'm attacking them. This is how I talk. I can't help that I'm loud. You know what I'm saying? God bless me with this deep, raspy voice. And if you don't like it and can't take it when it's talking to you, then turn the channel. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Look, I encounter that a lot down here, and I don't have the same type of voice. It's just it's our assertiveness as Northerners,
right?
Northeast, we're very assertive, and we're gonna speak our mind.
That's
we tend to speak loud, and we use our hands when we talk.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So people
get
intimidated, but I won't even be mad. I'm just passionate when I talk.
Exactly.
People
so you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, he's so aggressive and mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Put your fucking tampons back on and stop your shit, because there was nothing aggressive about what I just said.
They used to, people get intimidated when I talk to them, like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what do you mean what's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? I'm talking here. It's like, I look at it like this. People used to say, because it's funny, because Sunday was like, oh, Adam's got a rap voice. And so I used to be at parties at my school, and the music used to be so loud. So some people, when they yell or they talk, their voice gets higher, right? When you try and talk to somebody, my voice got lower. All right, so try talking to somebody. You roll up to a girl, she's pretty hot, and you're talking like, "Yo, girl, what's up?" You know what I'm saying? Because my voice didn't get higher, and the thing got lower, right? So they're looking at me like I'm some demonic mother. Who is this guy? Who is this wannabe DMX looking little mother? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like, yo, listen, I'm just trying to talk. Not my fault. God gave me a raspy voice, you know, and that shit happened at 13. So in high school, it's like, hey, you wanna go to the movies? They're like, whoa, 40-year-old, you need to slow your roll right now. You know what I'm saying? So
you silly as hell, bro. He's a 40-year-old.
Yeah, so I see that's me. I'm funny, but the problem is you like me coming in intense. So I can't just come in and be like, "Hi guys, well the Giants played football on Sunday, and I really enjoyed watching it.
That's what we got Logan for. I'm surprised he hasn't called in yet.
Yeah, Logan's funny. He has with them like I call him like spazzes, man. He's like 1 minute you'll see him and then his screen's breaking up, and then he'll like put up like Jimmy Garoppolo and some other dumb shit. I know Miz is talking some type of mess up in this damn chat.
Miz, he said he would never battle with Sunday.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he won't battle with you Sunday because he's got me all day to bother. This guy wakes up in the middle of the night.
He texts me too sometimes. He FaceTimed me one time while he was fucking jogging to talk football. I'm like, bro, really?
He does it all the time. He said but then the thing is this, he likes to get your goat sometimes. So it's like, dude, it's like 2 a.m. I don't need to hear about what you think Colin Cowherd or Steve Summers or whatever dumb, radio host is saying. And he'll be like, well, Carl Banks. Carl Banks. I'm like, man, if Carl Banks so good, why ain't it coach? Well, yeah, exactly, man. Like, give me
too soft spoken.
Right. Well, the thing is,
we need a coach with your type of voice.
Well, that's right. I remember making a speech somewhere. I was talking to somebody. I guess I was passionate. And these people looked at me like, "Can you be a guest speaker for me? Because I'll run through a wall for you." I was like, "Nah, man. I just because I believe when you go out and play football on any other game, I didn't feel it with basketball. Didn't feel it with baseball. I've never played hockey, so I don't know. But the games I played, I didn't have the same emotion as I had football. When I walked over those white lines, it was a different mentality. I wasn't the greatest person.
We will one day, Miz.
You don't know how fired up I get, Miz. You don't know how fired up I get. You don't see me at the games, man. See, you see me on these little streams and think I can pop off. No, try having a whole section of fans trying to fight you because you went to an Eagle game. That'll get you in trouble, man. I had a pregnant girlfriend. I had to almost jump in a jaw jacking event because I had 5 Eagle fans surrounding me, and I told them their team was trash to their face. So, anyways, yeah,
he was trash to his face.
Right. I was telling trash to them. The thing here it is, Lou. This is what happened. 2017, I was at the stadium. I was yelling at the Giants, not anybody, not like you suck because you're wearing a green jersey. I was just saying the Giants are losing to this booty ass defense. I can't freaking believe it. This team's giving up. This is the best team in the NFC. How can you possibly tell me this? And I was going off. So these Eagle fans turn around and look at me. I'm like, y'all are booty, man. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, you can't even beat a team that has nobody from scoring 30 points. You expect me to believe you guys are going all the way? Well, they caught lightning in a bottle. And if it wasn't for a Tom Brady fumble, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. But the point was they were trying to talk shit. So I left. And then I was talking shit in the mezzanine. And so I had like a whole – when I say a whole surrounding of Eagle fans, I had women jumping in too. I was ready. I was like, yo, if this is going down, it'll be a good story to tell. I got jumped by 5 people. You know what I'm saying? But my girlfriend came over and boom, we all walked away. But, I'm that type of fan, man. Don't cross me if you don't want to get the horns. But I will tailgate with you. I'm also anxious. Like, I like to get in the field. I like to see the players practice, kick the ball off, kind of get a feel of the temperature of the atmosphere. Plus, you smell all the smells. And I get fired up, man, when I go to the stadium. More so than when I'm sitting at home because you have to be fired up going to the stadium. Speaking of which, if I go to the stadium this week, there's a possibility I may go to the game. Still waiting on our friend. He probably sold the tickets, but if I go to the game, man, somebody we got to get the bail money because, they're gonna
get the what money?
The bail money.
Bail money.
Yeah. I mean, we're not in Veteran Stadium, so I'm not going to go to jail below Veteran Stadium, but I'm with a friend. See, the problem is I'm with a friend and I'm with his tickets. So you can't really act a fool when you're with somebody else's tickets because you don't want to lose those tickets. God forbid they hear about you on the news. But hey, man, ain't those your seats? I ain't never giving you a game again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I bought tickets, like if you and I purchased tickets and they weren't family owned, you just bought on StubHub, yeah, I'll act a little bit of a fool because I ain't never gonna see that person again, or especially if it's an Eagle fan. But if they're someone else's seats, I don't want to lose that privilege for that person if I, pop off at the mouth. So I try to know the situation. But Eagle fans are the worst.
Oh,
They seen
yeah,
that
you ain't gotta
stupid chant,
tell me.
EAGLES. Ugh, it's gross. Anyways, let's get back to the game at hand. Okay, so we're here. The Eagles are coming to town. I know people are excited about it. I'm always excited for the game. I want to see what's going to happen because, like I said to you, no more excuses for either Judge and
I think we win, right? But I don't expect this offense to be completely different.
right.
You know what I mean? Because they already came out and said they're keeping the same playbook that they had. They're just gonna approach their plays from Freddie Kitchens' point of view rather than Jason Garrett. So he might mix and scheme up some different things, but they're still gonna have the basic same signal calls and things like that. So
Well, that's what I expect. But what I want to see is the game flow with a different coordinator. Right when you're at 3rd and 2, is he going to run the ball? Is he going to throw it deep? I'm watching teams yesterday on Thursday.
his football philosophy.
3rd and 8, they're throwing the ball downfield, and I'm like, wow. Meanwhile, at 3rd and 2, we're running a reverse. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what game flow is that? You get a turnover, and the first thing you do is they predict that the Giants. This is the Giants playbook. It's a pass, incomplete. It's a run, 2 yards. It's a pass, incomplete. Like, come on. You maybe change it up. Maybe do a screenplay. Maybe do a toss play, right? Something different. But no, what do they do? Same script every time. And then they run them short dig routes. And that's why I get jumped on because, what you're supposed to do if you're going to run those dig routes is, how about you do a double move? You've been doing it all game. They're going to bite on it. All right, do a double move. Now they'll never send those routes again. That's another thing that got to me. There was ways to counter his stupidity with one route. One route changes the whole dynamic of your offense by doing an out and up or come back and go, right? A slant and go. Boom. Next thing you know, crap. You might get a holding call. You might get that play where they, throw it and they score a touchdown or get a big play out of it. That's going to change the defense. You've got to start to dictate. The Giants have got to start to dictate to the defense how to play them. The defense comes in and they don't do much. They try to beat you with the front four. They try to blitz occasionally because we know we can't pick up stunts, and they let the games come to their defense. The Giants need to start to take it to Philadelphia this Sunday. If they want to win offensively, they got to be the aggressors. Throw it downfield, test their corners, make sure Darius Slay is really the real deal, right? What do they say about Dion? If you didn't throw a Dion, he's already beaten you. If you didn't throw a Dion, he's already beaten you. You got to throw a Dion because you never know. Maybe Dion is thinking about, how many pancakes he's going to have after the game or something like that, right? And you catch him off guard. There wasn't many times you did that, but you can't play scared. I want to see Kitchens open up the playbook, make Daniel Jones have reads. Don't make him a half-field quarterback. Read the whole field. You get sacked because you're trying to turn your head to the left and the guy's wide open, but Matt Pert can't hit a block. I'll deal with Matt Pert. But don't hinder the offense because you can only read one half.
Yeah, I remember that game Sunday. I think Freddie Kitchens did a good job calling that game, considering that it wasn't his plays he was calling. He was running Garrett's system.
Well, I said that if we had Daniel Jones that game, we win because they were doing some downfield throws where Colt McCoy's arm wasn't making it there. They were just fluttering footballs here and there.
Somali, what's up?
That's racist. It's for actual.
Yo, you disrespectful as hell. Racist. Do you know what I am?
I'm bad.
I am?
My hair is beautiful, man.
No. What do you think I am? And if you
I don't know.
Right, I'm gonna snatch you through the motherfucking screen.
By the way, how's it racist when I'm half black? By the way, just let you know. Just saying. I said your hair looks like Little Richard.
I'm a mutt. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm African, Indian, and Spanish.
He's all that stuff. They just came over and just mixed. They had a giant party on the Puerto Rican islands.
And my wife is Jamaican.
Well, if you ever been to Puerto Rico, they have all those underground tunnels and stuff. They were smart. They don't fucking around over there.
What up,
What
though?
is it?
Pat, I think Big Pat eating leftovers. He'll pop on at some point because he's doing his film breakdown later, I'm sure.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what we need. But here we are talking about the game on Sunday, and who pops on? BPS. So give me some BPS. Don't just sit there looking with your curly hair hanging out all night. You're gonna come
Hey,
on
yo,
screen
yo.
and ragtag Harris to piece.
Tell
Man, come on.
Lou to change the way it looks right now. I don't like the
Change.
setting.
Change what?
The setting.
You're
Look
trying to
at,
tell Lou
look at.
to
I
change the
can't even
settings on
see
your
myself.
computer.
I'm
Give me a
you
break.
can't even see yourself. Like change
Because
that.
I'm in a dark room. The sun's going down.
Me.
No,
Or-
me. I'm just in my room
You
chilling.
say
with the
you
sun
can't
going
see me?
What I'm trying to say is
What is it,
when I
John
do
Cena?
this, you can't hardly see me.
We
Get
gonna
to your
come
damn
see
point.
you.
Oh my god! All right. Well, what were you saying, Adam? About the
I'm
Eagles?
saying, man, I don't even know what I was saying because you were too busy worried about the damn screen.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm ready for my close up, Mr. DeVille.
Like, don't be that. You're racist. And meanwhile, you're fluffing your hair and trying to get it ready for camera. Looking like you just rolled out of bed. Now, tell us what the Eagles are going to do to us. Tell us what the Eagles are going to do to us on Sunday.
Running the ball, turning the ball over. That's how
That's
I
what
think.
you think?
Yeah.
Why are Eagle fans so scared now? This is what scares me.
All
The
that
Eagle
shit
fans
they
are
was
sitting here
talking
trying-
last week.
Yeah, they were talking all game. We're going to see you on Sunday, bro. Blah. Now you're, oh my God, we're going to lose now. Oh, we're going to lose. Why? Because you think that an upset's going to happen? The Giants' offensive line hasn't changed in 8 weeks, and I'm supposed to be like,
Tell you what's going to happen
pretend
to
to
the Eagles.
believe. Excuse me? Exactly. I'm supposed to pretend that you guys are going to come in here and lie down and be like, oh yeah, we're accepting lose. No, you're not. No, you're not.
We're going to come in there and do this
We better hope so,
to
man.
the Eagles.
What do you? I mean, you're talking and you're muted, man. So I don't even know.
My bad. I didn't know I was muted. Yeah. But what I was trying to say was, I'm gonna go into every week thinking we're gonna win, but I just feel like this is one of those weeks where we're not getting that W. And this was actually before the season. I picked the Giants to win this game, and they're at home. These are like the type of games y'all can win. We don't have our sledgehammer, Jordan Howard, and we also don't have Davion Taylor, which are two
Week
big
7.
losses for us.
Everyone's like, oh, I remember week 17. You know what? I'm over week 17 because we're not even going to the playoffs. If we were a good team, when we were rolling up in here and the Giants were like 6-4 or whatever they were, and they were playing the Eagles now, that's when I'd be like, all right, now let's go kick your booty, right? Week 17, we're not even going to the damn playoffs. You know, if this were the end of the year and we could kick you out of the playoffs, okay, that would give me a little bit more juice. Right now, you guys are in the race. You need this game more than we do, right? I want to win, but I know that if I'm Nick Sirianni and I don't have this team fired up coming in here, that guy needs to be checked out because this is playoff football for the Eagles right now.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead, man. Tell them again.
Yeah.
We win in 27-17.
Tell them
You're
again,
not.
Miz. Tell them again, Miz. Yo,
I
son,
might
can't get
guys.
better.
I'm
we're
telling
winning.
you, bro, it's gonna be so amazing. When
I
your
hope they
little
respond. I
green
hope they
signal
respond.
pops on my stream after we bust your ass. I'm gonna be like, oh, bless
We'll
you.
see what happens, man, because I'm worried about the turmoil. I'm worried about the shakeup, you know, on a short week, especially when
I think it would do good for them because if that might have showed some of the players that wasn't giving they all that if coaches is getting fired mid-season, they ass can go too.
Let's hope you're right, Lou. Because right now, Reggie Ragland needs to go to the bench. They need to put that Bernard McKinney in there. He gives more pop. He has more power, and he knows how to read a freaking A gap. You know, I got Tay Crowder who can't tackle for nobody, getting hurdled by Tom Brady. Okay, I got Adoree Jackson now becoming the best corner on our team. Go figure.
Riggs.
We got McKinney who's playing lights out. Should be in the Pro Bowl right now. He should be getting votes for the Pro Bowl because that kid is doing some great things. And yet, I have James Bradbury who's playing like caca right now. The thing that scares me is our linebacking core against Jalen Hurst because you saw what he did against those linebackers. I forget who he was playing. He juked the
Mario
crap out.
Davis.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Saints linebacker, where he made him look foolish. He's going to come in here And he's going to make us look. And this is the type of game the Giants defense doesn't do well in. They don't do well with quarterbacks that can maneuver in the pocket. They do well when they can go for guys like Tom Brady and more pocket passing quarterbacks where they can mush rush, right? They don't need to do much. They can, Leonard Williams can throw his guy out of the way and tackle somebody. With Jalen Hurts, I'm worried because he can maneuver in the pocket, and those receivers aren't stupid. They go downfield. That we're going to lose contain, lose coverage, and someone's going to get a big play behind us. That's what I worry about.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think Hurts has deadly legs, man. I don't want to sound but he has deadly legs.
I agree that he has decent legs coming out.
Deadly legs.
I think he's smart. I think he's more like a Russell Wilson type. He's not running to run. Yeah. He's running to, get what he can get, throw the ball out, and play smart. The thing about Russell, the only downfall about Russell is he holds the ball way too long, which allows for a lot of sacks. And Jalen Hurts has not done that yet. And I think running the football has also helped you in your line. Someone did a line where the Eagles line has not given up much on the run game. They're actually a plus run team, which scares me because the Giants haven't done the run very well. So what did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do to the Giants? They ran the football, dink and dunked, took the shots when they took the shots. Why aren't the Eagles going to come in and do the same game plan?
Now, I think it could be like that. I feel like what we're going to do is we're going to have the same game plan that we had against the Saints with y'all. I think it's going to be more like running the ball in the first half. If it doesn't work, then you keep on doing it. And if they get tired, if the Giants show that they're tired in that second half, just throw the ball and then keep running the ball down their throats.
Right now, Devontae Smith is playing out of his mind. You got the Boston Scott kid kind of playing pretty well. You have Miles Sanders on your team who's running better, who's the 26 that's running better than our 26, and Barkley, there's a lot to be left on the field with Barkley. I feel like he's become a bit of a diva. He don't want to get his face dirty because, that guy should be – I watched Hard Knocks with the Colts, right, the first season, the first episode the other day, and I'm watching Jonathan Taylor take linebackers on head first, doing the dirty work. And that's the one thing about Barkley that – it irks me is because when you're bringing that all out blitz, he doesn't like to stand in there and get dirty. He don't want to dance with them big boys. He likes to dance around them. And so for me, I need him to get a little dirty in this game, make sure that he's sticking those blocks because he's got so much talent. But the two things that get on me is one, his constant trying to make a touchdown at it when he could just probably get 10 to 15 yards, and the lack of blocking sometimes, man. You got to just you're 230 pounds. You see a little DB or linebacker coming, you need to knock that guy on his ass. You can't get knocked on your ass. You can't get knocked back. Go knock him on your ass. Be that same aggressive bull when you do that stiff arm, when you do these blocks.
Yeah, I agree.
It hurts, man, because
he need to put his big boy pants on. He need to put his Derrick Henry pants on.
Right. I mean, that guy blocks. We forget about the Cook kid, Dalvin Cook. I mean, he's probably what Barkley should be. Like, if you look at him, the same body type, same kind of speed, had the same kind of, big college seasons. But when Dalvin Cook runs, he can run inside, outside. He can juke you, he can spin move, hurdle you, right? That's what Barkley should be doing. But Barkley becomes a liability because instead of using him to block in protection on third down, he's got to go out for the pass. And now you got nobody protecting Daniel Jones, who obviously doesn't have a good feel. That's why do you think Daniel Jones is well with Andrew Thomas? Because Andrew Thomas just blocks his man. Nate Solder doesn't block his man. He kind of pushes his man to a spot. And if your quarterback drifts to that spot, you get sacked every time. And that's why Daniel Jones got sacked early on in 2019, because Nate Solder played for Eli Manning. So all he had to do was push, Eli Manning would step up in the pocket and he would just push his guy out. Nate Solder looked good the first half of the year. And then 2019, all of a sudden he looks terrible because Daniel Jones is now in the pocket and Daniel Jones happens to drift to where that defender is about to meet Nate Solder. And Nate Solder doesn't block anybody. That's why he's playing better on the left side. However, I still don't trust. I need my back to stand in there and help with these defensive ends. That's
Yeah.
what the problem.
Blue 11-6 for the Eagles.
You done lost
Right.
your damn mind.
I don't think
11-6. Hey, you were saying that. Wow,
You
how
smoking dope, son.
11-6.
I mean,
telling me you think you're gonna beat us 2 times?
11.
This is a big game for the Giants because this could be the end of your season, or this could get you back in the playoff race.
I can't curse at you.
I know that people
Yes,
want to
you
talk
can.
about playoffs, but what I'm saying is like Carolina's faltering. Saints are starting to slip up. There are teams ahead of them that are starting to fall up. That the Giants caught lightning in a bottle and beat a couple teams in a row. Maybe you're sitting there in December with 2 games to go with a possible chance to get in, right? If they lose this game, it's all but done. Nail in the coffin for me, for the Giants.
Yeah,
Any shot.
it's a wrap.
But if they win, who knows? Who knows at that point? Because there's so many weak teams that are Jekyll and Hyde. Like, do you think Washington's really getting in? No. I mean, Tyler Heineke's playing well, but I don't think they're going to run a table. Minnesota, I can't trust them. They still have Kirk Cousins. I just
And
don't
they're
trust
playing
them.
a lot of good teams.
Right.
Kirk Cousins.
You got San Francisco, who's now starting to try to catch some fire. You got
remember a few years back? You like that? Kirk Cousins. Yo, they played that soundbite for like 3 months, my dude.
Oh man.
I said,
yeah.
Shit.
That's what I do when I leave the bathroom after I take a shit. You like that? Oh my God, that guy.
Back to you, Pat. Oh, Pat's not here.
I can't.
11-6.
That's so funny.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. You like that? And where to get him? Nowhere. I mean, see, Kirk Cousins has been robbing the Minnesota Vikings for years. That guy. And see, this is what it is. I guarantee you, if we had Kirk Cousins on this team, we're doing better. However, that could be the ceiling for Daniel Jones, right? He could be just a Kirk Cousins, a guy that's good, but when the shit's a hit on the line, do you really trust him, right? How many times have we seen Kirk Cousins in big games shit the bed, right? Mm-hmm. A lot. Case Keenum got them to the NFC Championship game. He hasn't gotten them anywhere since then. So, for me, like I wouldn't trade Kirk Cousins right now because I just don't like the guy. But if you're talking about where a quarterback can go, I need Daniel Jones to get to at least that level, or at least get to the level of Alex Smith. Remember, Alex Smith had a ton of problems in the 49erville. It wasn't until that 2011 season where he got the raw deal, right? Because the Giants beat him in that game. The next year they brought in Colin Kaepernick, and I don't know if he got injured or something happened where Harbaugh pulled him, and then he gets traded to Kansas City, and actually has a solid career there. People forget how good Alex Smith is. So I would love to see Daniel Jones get to that level. The question is, are we going to pull a Ryan Tannehill with the kid? Is he going to go to a different team? Because to me, 3 years, his contract is low. This is the time you get rid of him if you want to get rid of him. You can't get rid of him 5 years from now when you pay him $20 million a year or whatever it's going to be.
And, I just want to say one thing about, Jalen Reagor. You got this dude, Justin Jefferson, doing what he's doing right now, and we didn't draft him.
This guy here.
I don't even know what to say. Like, you see what he's doing against these corners, and we don't get that type of production because we got this bust of a receiver like Jalen Reagor. Like, I don't want to give up on him. He is terrible.
Yeah, but you collectively have a team. Your offense collectively produces, right? Your tight ends catch. Your receivers catch balls when they need to. Your running backs come out of the backfield. Your offense is very diverse in how you manipulate the field, right?
Yeah.
The Giants don't have that manipulation. And, that's why I'm worried about playing your team because you can manipulate the field in all tiers. I call it a tiered field, right? You have your 5, 10 yards, you have your middle of the field, and you have your deep routes, right? The Giants are playing from 5 to 15 yards. They don't play past 15 yards. The Eagles tend to do that sometimes. And Devontae Smith is playing out of his mind right now, right? He's starting to come in to his own. They're getting him the football. He's playing, for a guy that's 6 foot, 180 pounds, he's jumping over guys, making great catches. So that's what scares me. Defensively, I just know you still got Fletcher Cox. You got Vernon Hargraves over there, Javon Hargraves, excuse me. And I think the interior is where the Giants really struggle. The tackles, they can mask the tackles would help. It's because what they did with the Raiders is the same thing. Raiders didn't have a good interior front. They ran the ball downfield all over them, right? The Eagles have a better interior than they do outside linebackers, but that interior creates enough havoc where they can do stunts and blitz linebackers. I just don't think the Eagles are going to go down easy on Sunday. If we think we're going to go in there and just lay the lumber to the Eagles, we got another thing coming.
Right, but I think if y'all are looking for interior linemen, there's a guy that's been on our team for a good minute. He never gets his opportunity.
We don't want no mother effing.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm throwing this out there. He doesn't. He never gets his opportunities. But when he does get his opportunities, he shines. That's Ty McGill, and he was really good this offseason. And what was it? The Washington game last year, he had a sack in that first game. And he's been very productive when he got on the field. So I think that's a player that y'all should look at.
Here's the problem, Logan. I mean, not Logan. Big place.
You just call me Logan. You just call me Logan.
Here's the problem: is we don't have a defensive identity. So until we have that, we can't hire any guys that fit a certain defense because we don't want to run that defense. And I think that's a detriment to this team. Just like when Judge goes, oh, we're going to rotate linemen, we're going to rotate this. That's a detriment to me because in football, unlike basketball, 90% of the time in basketball, you're having a guy come in because of foul trouble or, you need a three-point shooter on the floor to spread the floor. You can mix and match all the guys you want. You do that in the NFL, you're losing continuity. And they seem to do it a lot with Matt Pert. And I think just put in Pert, let him fail. He's a guy you drafted. Nate Solder should be the backup because you're paying him, money to be a backup and allow it to go from there. Defensively, the Giants have no identity. So as much as this guy who are saying may work out, I don't want another guy that's going to come in here and just collect a paycheck because they don't know how to use him, right? You go, oh, well, he doesn't fit our system. Well, what system are you running? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So while I like the thought, the problem is Giants don't have a defensive identity, and until they get that, we're not going to know. We're not going to have the elite defense that we need because Leonard Williams should not be our leading sack person. He should just not be. He should be a complimentary sack person, meaning you have your big dog. Because look at the Giants; they used to have Strahan, Tuck, Umanor, Kiwanuka, and the big heavy guys who did the heavy lifting in the trenches were Tuck and Strahan, and then you would have the faster guys like Umanor come in, and Umanor would get 10 sacks a year because he's not playing a full-time role. Now, when he's in there, he also can defend the run, so he's not a liability. You don't need to just use him on third downs. But with the defense right now, how many sacks does Leonard Williams have? 5, 4.5, 5, 5.5 from Aziz. We got nothing. And I think it's because we don't know what we're doing on any given Sunday. There are teams that come in. Ravens. You think the Ravens have an identity problem on defense? No. They go in there and they say, we're going to kick your ass. These are the guys we got. Stop it. The Giants go in and go, well, the Eagles played well against cover 2. Let's do that. You don't think the Eagles are going to adjust and say, well, we saw that defense last week with a team that had better personnel to run it, and now you're running the defense with far less personnel. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, this is the problem that I have with our defensive coordinator. Sometimes you just got to go out there, strap it up, and let the players make plays instead of doing this overthinking process.
Yeah, and it's not even like our defense played bad. It's just that they kind of they kind of put their gas off the foot. It's like that fourth quarter. I believe they scored 29 points in that entire game. They had a lot of points in that fourth quarter, and it's because we kind of let them get back in the game. But for the most part, those first 3 quarters, we played good on defense.
Well, that was garbage time.
Yeah.
They made it a game towards the end, but the Eagles dominated from start to finish, really. Mm-hmm. And the end of the game, we got picked up because that's what's going to happen when you have talent on the team. And that's the problem with the Giants is when defenses let up, they're so bad that they can't even get gifted points. We can't even get gift points. People get gift points in the NFL. Throwing a touchdown here and there, bouncing off, a guy breaks misses an assignment. Giants don't even have that. When's the last time you saw a Giant running free? I see Green Bay running two straight go routes. in their game against Minnesota. Minnesota doing the same thing. We're sitting here playing catch like we're 5 feet away from the person. And then defensively, we're Jekyll and Hyde. One week we come out, we looking like gangbusters. Like, yeah, that's the defense we want to see. Next week we come out, we can't stop nobody.
Right. I mean, I don't know if you call this an identity, but Jonathan Gannon, our defense coordinator, the only time his defensive schemes are good, and I'm being real here, it's against bad quarterbacks. He hasn't done good against a single good quarterback this season.
Well, we'll find out on Sunday what quarterback Daniel Jones is then, because I feel like the Eagles have a shot above their weight class a little bit. We thought, and I even said they were going to be fourth place, thinking with what I saw with the offseason.
I did too. I said we were going to be fourth this year,
and here they are fighting for second. Right now they're in second place, right? So and a shot
first too,
and a shot at the playoffs. I don't know if you're going to get first. You need a couple more things. You need one more Dallas loss and two more Eagles wins to kind of get in that conversation where you're like playing for the same record, right? But I think the Cowboys are going to lose a few more games, but I don't want to talk about them because they deserve to get their butts kicked yesterday, and they did. So big ups to the Cowboys for losing. How about them Cowboys? All I hear all week, how about them Cowboys? Well, guess what? You lost 3 in a row, Cowboys. Can't even beat a good team on your schedule.
Talk your shit, Adam.
I'm just saying. I got Cowboy
shit, Adam. No, I'm not arguing with you. I said talk your shit.
I got Cowboy fans talking to me like, "Oh, well, you're gonna be on the golf course sooner." I said, "You know what? You're gonna be there a week later. Your season's gonna go 1 week longer. So we're 3 and 14, and you're 11 and 6, and you lose the next week. So you playing golf with us 1 week later? Give me a break." Like that's what the Cowboys are going to be doing. They're going to be playing golf 1 week later than we are. And they're going to say, "See, we got to the playoffs. High five." Yeah, what are you, the Browns? Because the Browns like getting to the playoffs. The Cowboys try to win Super Bowls. So I don't want to hear nothing about the Cowboys making the playoffs because they're like the damn Yankees. Okay, the Yankees don't get to the playoffs to lose. They get to the playoffs to bring home World Series trophies. When they lose in the playoffs, it's the most disappointing thing in Yankees history. Now, you go to other teams like the Mets, they make the playoffs and they high-five and that we got to the ALDS. Great. Good job, guys. We won't see you for another 10 years, but hey, we did it 4 years ago. We're happy. That's what that's like for losing franchises. The Cowboys are that type of team. They're the Yankees. All they do every time we got 5 rings, we got 5. You haven't won a game in 25 years. They won one. You know how many games the Cowboys have won over the Giants in the playoffs in the last decade? One. You're going to hold that over my head? They've been to the playoffs and won one game. They want to talk about how good they are. They can't even beat a good team on that schedule this year. And we're sitting here every day getting browbeat by the Cowboys every year.
And listening to Skip Bayless talk about how great they are when they trash.
Their defense couldn't cover anybody yesterday. And that was a team that we held. The Giants held that team to what? 16 points? Cowboys can't even hold them to under 30. It was overtime.
They put 33 on our heads. I'm not even gonna say anything.
I'm just saying. And everybody wants to anoint this team like they're going great. I'm just tired of it, man. If this team were great, they would have won those games. No, well, we're okay. The Cowboy fans are just delusional. Now, I'm a Giant fan. We stink. I'm not saying we're not. But I don't go around thinking
but the Cowboys ain't been to a Super Bowl in over a quarter of a century, so they ain't got no leg to stand on.
Right. You want to come at me. You won one playoff game in the last 10 years, homie. Do something else. Do something else. Because you know what? I feel like you're the Browns right now, and the Brown fan base. Because you know what the Brown fan base has done, who's never won a Super Bowl? They're happy to make the playoffs. Oh, if they lose, well, great. Hey, we made the playoffs, guys. That's better than what we've done the last 5 years. Cowboys, you need to be trying to put trophies back in your case because guess what? Last I heard, you weren't the team with the most in the NFL anymore.
Playoffs?
So you can't
even Trevon Diggs, they hype that dude up so much, he gets beat every play.
Say what?
Trevon Diggs, they hype that dude up too much.
Oh, yeah. Because he had a bunch of picks early in the season. That's why.
Right? It's like he gets beat every play.
I'll give you this. Michael Parsons.
That's what happens when you're a ball hawk like that. You jump it a lot of times and you get beat jumping it a lot of times. And then a little bit, you get fewer interceptions than you get beat. You get beat more often than not. So you might end up with 7 interceptions that year, but you might get beat on 50 plays. You see what I'm saying?
That's why Ramsey's so good because he.
Well, Micah Parsons, I will give you, is changing that defense. He's
Right.
Yeah, Micah Parsons is a monster, bro.
I mean, we should have had him. The Giants decided they wanted to trade down. Now they traded here. Here's the thing: people forget we traded down and got a first round pick. So Tony and a first round pick is what you got, right?
We got
you can't just say
Ojulari and Kadarius Toney, right?
You can't just say we got Kadarius Toney, right, Lou? You got to say we got Kadarius Toney and a first round pick because that's essentially the value you got. And now, if you think that, now we know we probably should have stayed and get Micah Parsons, but guess what? That told me they were not feeling Daniel Jones and they wanted to have a backup plan in case, he stunk, which they still might, take him. I don't know what's going to happen at the end of the year, right? Some people want to keep Gettleman. Some people want to fire him. I don't want him anywhere near this draft pick, but that's a story for another day. My point is, they made a conscious choice to let these players go because they were going to get a first round pick that they valued higher than Michael Parsons' value at that time. So when people evaluate Kadarius Toney, you got to evaluate the next first round pick that comes with it because that was part of the deal. It wasn't a swap for a swap. It wasn't.
I think Kadarius Toney has the potential to be the next Odell for us.
I do as well.
So,
or an explosive player, I should say.
I'm satisfied with him and Ojulari. You know what I'm saying? In that.
By the way, is Tony playing this week against us?
That's our business, okay? Mind your own team's business, okay?
Hey, I'm just saying. No.
Listen. You're asking some personal information right now. You can't be having that.
I knew that was going to happen when I said something.
You're trying to ask us if somebody's playing. Like, we're going to give you the goods, man.
Make a button for you and shit, okay?
Yeah, give the goods. Hey, is so-and-so playing? No, we don't want to give you no damn intel. Why don't you go do some Google research yourself, find out if he's playing or not.
Oh, he's doubtful. That's good.
He took you 30 seconds on Google to find out that answer. He coming on this podcast. Well, is Tony going to play? No, we're not telling you.
I know Shepard ain't playing. That's what
nobody cares about that guy, man. Shepard is gone in my eyes, man. I don't even know who that is. Who is Shepard? What number does that guy wear again?
His name is Murtaugh. He's always screaming out, Riggs!
He's saying he's getting too old for this. He's getting too old for this shit. That's what he's doing.
Riggs! Help me, Riggs!
That's Eli to him. Riggs is Eli for Shepard.
Right.
That's the only guy that's bailing him out. He is Murtaugh, yo. Murtaugh always gets in trouble in those movies, right? So that's like Sterling Shepard, man. I used to love the guy, but now I'm like, yo, every week you're out for something else. Something with your foot, something with your head, something with your hamstring, dude. You're like, it gets old, man. It gets old.
That's how I feel about Brandon Brooks.
That's why he said, I was 2 weeks away from retirement, Riggs.
It's the exact same way I feel about Brandon Brooks. He gets injured every week.
Yeah, but Sterling Shepard, see, I like Sterling Shepard as a player. And just
bro, he has heart, he has drive, but your body ain't keeping up with your mind and your heart. So it's time for you to go.
Yeah, like it's not and here's the thing. This is what happens, man. People get too attached to players. So when you tell them that they're caca, oh my God, you don't like Sterling Shepard anymore? What is wrong with you? You're not a good Giant fan. Oh my God. No, it's like, dude, he's not doing well. Let's get him out of here so we can get somebody else to try something new because right now it's not working. You get fired from a job, right? You're not supposed to be like, oh my God, that was my lifelong dream. Like I got fired. No, you suck it up and go to the next job and find out what's a better fit for you. Right now, he gets fired. Okay. You say, thanks, Sterling Shepard, for their services. Enjoy it. Here's your goal. Here's your Rolex watch, and go enjoy Kansas City. You know what I mean? But no, everyone's like, oh my God, you're not a Giant fan. You hate Sterling Shepard. No, I don't hate Sterling Shepard. I'm just tired of that guy stealing money.
He misses like 5 weeks every season, bro.
Like if we miss 5 weeks on our job, we fired.
Been gone.
Not even PTO time. We fired. Oh,
gone.
What's your ailment? Oh, you can hobble to work.
Fuck out of here. You gone. Yeah,
he's fired. Instead, he's getting paid. He ain't even collecting his money. He's getting his full salary.
Look how long it took them to settle on this fucking bill where they was just trying to give mothers maternity leave. They didn't even want to give them that.
Exactly. And those people having a baby, that is some crazy shit. This guy can't even. Your job is to play football. You might as well just be a water boy and get the water boy salary because that's what you're doing right now.
Hopefully Slay plays this week so we can lock down Kenny Galladay.
I forgot that Darius Slade was even on this team. When you said Slade, like, oh wow, we have Slade, and I forgot about that guy. That's how bad he's been this season. I forgot that he was on the team.
Kenny Galladay locks down Kenny Galladay. The fuck.
He gets one target a game, though. I just don't understand how you can pay someone that much money and he gets 1 to 2 targets a game.
Maybe because you don't block. You don't block, you don't deserve to get targeted.
Maybe because he gets injured just like everybody else. He reminds me of Sterling Shepard.
Yeah.
He gets injured. Watch.
He's
You have a big game.
Murtaugh in part 3, and Sterling Shepard is Murtaugh in part 2 of the movie.
Kenny Galladay is going to get in the game. He's going to have a great game, and then we're going to find out at the end of the game he pulled his hamstring. He's out 3 weeks.
Right.
Mac, hop in the stream, Mac.
Yeah, let's get Mac in here. I got a stream with him tomorrow.
Say anything, son. Boy, I tell you, I'm not gonna kick you out, bro. I know he braced himself to. Damn it, I'm going backstage. No, I'm not doing it.
I'll play.
I guess all the guys are having food hangovers.
What up, Alex?
Big Blue in the Bronx, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in, bro.
I just want to talk about another guy that intrigues me, and that is McKinney right now. We
Which
knew
one,
it was
Xavier or Bernard?
Oh no, Xavier McKinney. Bernard McKinney could be flipping burgers at Burger King for all I care, But Xavier McKinney, and not that it's a bad thing to flip burgers at Burger King. If that's how you get paid, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying for him is I'm not worried about him. I don't even know if they'll even bring him back. I want them to, because I want them to bring back Jabal Sheard just for shits and giggles. Why not? He seemed like he was getting a little pressure.
He hustled hard for us last year.
Right. I wanted to see him get a chance in camp. And that's another thing that intrigues me. Anyways, McKinney, I feel like he's a key cog in this defense going forward. And it makes me think that Peppers might be expendable next year, right? You draft a safety to come up and play behind him. Peppers, you can either negotiate a lower term deal because we'll see if your knee holds up, or you can let him walk. And McKinney, I feel, is going to be, once he learns enough from Logan Ryan, he's going to be the star of the show. We're going to hopefully see him like the next Kenny Phillips. I loved Kenny Phillips coming out, man. That was my dog in 2008. Then he hurt his knee in 2009. I thought he was going to be – I wouldn't say Sean Taylor is the right word for Kenny Phillips, but I thought he was going to be one of the Miami safeties we talked about for a while because that's how good he was.
Kenny Phillips and Antrell Rowe played very well together.
They were good, man. Phillips lost out to a degenerative knee. That was his problem.
I used to always get Antrell Rowe in Madden. Remember, he was at 91 overall card.
See, Antrell Rowe's funny because he went from being a cornerback and losing his giddy up to being a free safety with the Giants. Right. He started out with the Cardinals, was a corner, was from Miami. Yeah. They moved him because he was struggling. Then he comes in and plays safety and I wouldn't say one of the top in the league, but he did help the Giants win that Super Bowl. Without him, I don't think the Giants get to the Super Bowl that year. So he was an intriguing player. But McKinney reminds me of more of a Kenny Phillips, kind of a rangy guy that can hit you and he makes plays on the ball. And we haven't had a safety like that in a while. And I'm intrigued by him going forward because he's having a Pro Bowl year. We don't talk about it because he's on, the Giants, but there's a couple guys that like to see in the Pro Bowl.
This guy should not be anywhere near the Giants.
Oh Denny Shelton, my God. And the worst part is
MetLife Stadium, nowhere. He's somewhere on Long Island selling used cars.
He made a tackle for a loss last week, and I'm like, man, that's the only play he's made all season, and they're going to justify him playing with that play, that negative 1 yard run that he made. It's like, what I don't understand is you're that big, and you're telling me you're getting blocked by one dude? Like, am I missing something? Yeah. What? How washed do you have to be that you're 340 plus pounds and you get blocked by one dude? You don't even fall to the ground and act like a beach whale. If he fell to the ground and was just flopping around, you'd probably get more tackles that way.
He's the Waffle House and Nate Solder is IHOP. I'm telling
Well,
you.
well, I call
Both-
Nate Solder.
both
I call
them
Nate
dudes.
Solder the turnstile. He's like a turnstile in New York. You can hop over him, go through him. You know, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to pay the freight. You know what I'm saying?
But Will Hernandez is so bad.
The
Oh,
problem with Will Hernandez is
Hey,
like,
listen, we can talk shit about our players all we want. You are not going to come on our stream and talk shit about our players, sir.
yes,
Will
that is like
Hernandez.
talking about my children. What is wrong with you?
oh boy.
But anyways, fellas, Lou, thanks for having me on. I'm gonna head out,
All right,
Gotta
bro.
do-
Appreciate you coming on, man.
do some family stuff. But appreciate you having me. Got big play Slay. We'll see what happens on Sunday. That's why we play the games, baby. We'll see you at MetLife, homie.
Mm-hmm. We're
Better
hoping
dial up. This
dub.
is gonna be a dogfight.
Right.
Peace.
Peace out, Adam. Joe might
Slay.
join later.
Slay.
What?
So, I know you said earlier that you nervous that y'all going to lose to the New York Football Giants. Why would a Philadelphia Eagle fan say such things?
I don't know. I never said I was nervous. You didn't hear me say that, Lou. I only said
Hey, remember, this is a live stream that's being recorded. You said, I'm worried that this is one of them games that we don't walk out of there with that dub. What happened? You popped yourself at this stream? Come on, Slay. Look, he muted himself. Boy, this some bullshit here. Where's the accountability? At least Logan owns up when he loses a bet and shaves his head. Why you mute your mic?
all right, I'm back. My bad. All right, what were you saying?
I said, you said earlier that you were worried that this was one of them games where y'all don't walk out of there with that dub.
Well, I said that because y'all are playing at MetLife. Y'all beat us last year. Y'all beat us there last year at MetLife. And sorry that I went on mute, by the way. Just have to say that. And I feel like these are one of those games where every Eagles fan is going to think that they're going to win. And I feel like you can't go into every game thinking you're going to win, especially with a team like the Giants. You don't underestimate a team that, you know, sometimes can always shock you, like the Raiders. They win games that they're not supposed to. Like yesterday, they should not have won that game, but they did. So I feel like we're going to underestimate y'all, and y'all are going to win.
That's the game where Michael Strahan gets inducted into the Ring of Honor and his jersey gets retired, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I can guarantee you he's gonna come in the locker room and talk to them boys and talk about stomp that ass. So be prepared for some stomping. That's all I'm saying. You might be justified to be nervous.
Yeah, hopefully we get that dub on Sunday.
No. Hopefully dubs for you. There's no dubs. No dubs in the building. There's none of this dub business for the Eagles.
Hey, by the way,
no dubs this season against the Giants for the Eagles.
No, we
smack y'all twice.
2 wins.
We smack y'all twice. I'm telling you.
11-6. I mean, yeah, 11-6.
This mother smoking. This mother smoking.
11-6.
But yeah, what's your predictions? Let me know what you think Jalen Hurts' stats is going to be at the end of the game and what you think Daniel Jones' stats is going to be at the end of the game.
For Jalen Hurts, I think he's going to have 263 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 through the air and 1 rushing. And I'll say he has a completion percentage of maybe, I don't even know, actually. I might just say 27 for 30 or something like that. That would be
3 incompletions?
I'm playing.
3 incompletions?
I don't think
Damn,
y'all are that
son.
bad. I don't think y'all are that bad. I would say 20 for 29, around there. 20 for 32, 33, something like that. Yeah, for Jones, I'll say he has.
Hurts must be the most accurate quarterback in the league out this mother.
He's better than Jones right now.
I'm just saying, you come out and you finish a game throwing 27 for 30. Boy, you bad.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna
Because
do
a
that.
lot of times, the receiver don't get his head around in time, or he's thinking about turning before he secures the ball, or he pops it up, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them incompletions it depends on, how you view
Right.
it, but they're not always all on the quarterback. So if you can end the game throwing 30 passes and only 3 of them don't get caught, that says something about your accuracy. That's all I'm saying.
Now, Hurts' accuracy isn't that good. I'm gonna just say that right now. But I'll say he has around maybe 20 completions to maybe 30 non-completions. But for Jones, I think he's gonna have 279 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, and 1 rushing. Not 1 rushing. Take that back. 1 interception.
Excuse me.
That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, damn it. Heartburn. Sorry. That's messed up right there, son. Okay. So there go my boy Mac. What's good, Mac?
Mac, finally.
What's going
Yes,
on?
sir.
He was over here sweating bullets trying to have a conversation with me by himself. He's like, Lord have mercy. Look, he done muted himself.
Yeah, I ain't got that much time. I'm getting ready to head out a little bit myself, but yeah, I just wanted to ask one thing about this is weird because I'm not a big fan of Lorenzo Carter, man. I've never really had much positive things to say about this guy, man. But it's like he is going to be back in the lineup this week, and one thing I have noticed about him and throughout his career is I feel like he kind of is an asset when we're playing against quarterbacks like this. I feel like he is a bit of an asset just because of some of the other things he brings to his game. Obviously, we know how I feel about him when it comes to the pass rushing and all the other things he needs to be doing. But I feel like when it comes to like quarterbacks like this being helping contain quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, he usually does provide a little something when it comes to that. Look, I'm with you on that, Taj. I agree the man is garbage, but if one thing he does do, I think a little bit well, is he does provide athletic ability to be able to help contain quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts.
What is that
Is
noise?
that you, Slay?
That's my phone. That was my bad. That was my phone ringing. My fault.
Yeah, I don't like neither one of them, Lorenzo Carter or Shane Zimenez, but it's not my call. Oh Lord.
I mean, I don't
That's
like.
not good news.
Yeah, I don't like either one of them for the consistency factor. The fact that they just don't get the job done. I just feel
Right.
like Lorenzo Carter just provides a little something extra for us, like helping contain quarterbacks like these more athletic quarterbacks because he's a pretty athletic guy himself. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he has like Jalen Hurts speed or anything by no
No, I know
means,
what you mean.
but he has an ability, more of an ability to help contain them.
Right. At least keep him honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if that's going to provide any kind of a spark for this defense. I don't know. Lorenzo Carter providing the spark is kind of crazy to say. I know.
Right.
But
this motherfucker might come in and kill the spark.
But I don't know. I'm looking for anything right now in this game, man. We just got to find a way to win this game. I was hoping to catch Adam real quick. I just got back in the house. But yeah, this is because this game here, these Eagles, man, they are.
No, they've been playing hard lately. They've been playing hard lately. But
Well,
that's why they do for a loss, because they're gonna come in smelling themselves, thinking that they just got this in the bag, and we're gonna punch them in the mouth.
I mean, they've been playing hard lately, but that's true, all well and good. But I'm just saying, for my whole 36 years of being a New York Giant fan, they always play us like it's a Super Bowl every time they play us or something, man. It's like crazy how this team is always so prepared for us, no matter what. I had recorded a video earlier at my preview video that's going to be coming out on Sunday morning. I recorded that earlier, and I was like saying the Eagles, even the 2008 season when we were the best team in the league, had 2,000-yard rushers. In fact, we still couldn't. We did win one game against them that year. We played them 3 times that season though, because they knocked us out the playoffs. They're the one that knocked us out the damn playoffs that year. That was obviously the Plaxico Burress season when he shot himself, but we were the best team in football that season, man. We still didn't have an answer for the damn Eagles. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a frustrating opponent, man. They're a frustrating opponent for me, man.
Yeah, I dislike them. I dislike them a whole lot. And it is always a tough game. It always seems like they're well prepared for us because they hate us just like we hate them.
Yeah, but, absolutely.
I think we can pull it off. I'm hopeful. I'm 10-7 back on my bullshit. If not, if we lose this game, it's a wrap. We 3-14 is what I'll be screaming if we lose this motherfucking game. But I think we can pull it off. You know, I think we got enough of an axe to grind with Philly. We don't like Philly. It's always a tough fought rivalry game. So I'm looking forward to it.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Miz. Hope you had a good one, brother. But yeah.
Miz predicts 27-17.
I predicted 27-23.
For who?
For Giants.
All right, good man.
I think we can find a way to come out and get the job done. Some kind of way we figure it out.
Everybody believes we're gonna beat your stinky Eagles.
Not for nothing else, man.
What was it Mike Epps said and all about the Benjamins? He said I got into a fight. About 3 bitches.
And just not for nothing, man. We're due to get on a roll against this football team, man. I mean, we are long overdue to get on a roll against this football team. And also, we're desperate. I mean, we better be going this game feeling desperate. I mean, because this is it. This is do or die for our season right here. This is the season. Any chance we have of saving this season starts on Sunday against this Philadelphia Eagle football team. We lose this game, it's 100% over. 100% over. We win this game, we still got a shot. You know what I mean? Even though it's still a long shot, we still got a shot. But we lose this game, that shot's out the window, man.
Yeah, I agree.
So we got to be prepared.
The Bronx says Giants win 26-21. Miz says 27-17. Big Mac says 27-23.
Yeah. I mean, we all got it kind of around in that same range because Eagle Giants games are always notoriously close, tight games, man.
Yeah.
So usually, unfortunately, we're always usually on the losing side of that too. That's what drives me nuts.
Yeah,
man.
that's what makes us dislike them even more. But yeah, I was only going to go for 2 hours. It's been 1 hour and 42 minutes, so I'm only going to be on for 18 more minutes. So if you got 18 minutes, I would appreciate if you could stay on with us.
Oh yeah, I got that. I can do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like talking football with you, man. You know your stuff. You've been around for a while, like me. It's not like talking football with Slay and Logan. You know, don't get me wrong. I like the guys. I like both of them, even though one of them is a Philly fan.
We've seen different eras, though.
They can only go back so far, right? You know what I mean?
We've seen different eras, man. I've seen different eras. I've seen evolution of this football team. I've seen good years, bad years. I've never personally seen anything quite like what we're in right now. I haven't seen us be this bad. Like,
not this bad.
But I've seen some down years. We definitely had some down years along the way. It's just we're just right now in a rut that we can't seem to get out of. But I don't know.
like you said, this whole Freddie Kitchens thing, I'm not expecting too much. I'm not going to what extremely high expectations. What I just want to see is progression in the offense in general. I want to see it like a 21st century NFL offense. That's what I want to see on Sunday.
No damn Kadarius Toney playing quarterback.
Well, you don't like we're gonna see Kadarius Toney on Sunday
reverse
at
to
all,
Evan
bro.
Ingram or no dumb shit like that.
Yeah, it don't look like Kadarius Toney gonna be playing on Sunday. Unfortunately, he ain't practiced the last couple of days. And he listed as doubtful on the injury report.
I still don't want to see that shit when he's back.
I mean, I think we'll find more creative. I think Kitchens, one thing he will be able to do is find more creative ways to get the ball into Kadarius Toney's hands, and hopefully he can find ways to get the ball in Kenny Galladay's hands. Period. At all. You know what I mean? I don't know. We got to figure out a way. Get him stretch the field with him, man.
And Freddie Kitchens did make Baker Mayfield look like a good quarterback. So hopefully he can come in here and fix whatever Daniel Jones' flaws are and help him improve on those and fine-tune them. And then maybe we'll be happy with Daniel Jones within the next 7 weeks. So
that's what I want. We got to see Daniel Jones take strides, man, because we got to. Yeah. This is it now. This is definitely. You don't have the Jason Garrett excuse no more. So it's on him now. We got to see what he can do, man. Because
like snow. Pretty much. Oh, there's gonna be snow for the game. Hell yeah!
I'll take that. That's good football weather.
Hell yeah! That's always a good game to watch. Lots of fumbles, lots of running.
And then not for nothing, man. Hopefully, just the fact that Michael Strahan being in the building. Right. Can that charge the defense up a little bit? Can that charge the defense up a little bit? Motivate this defense to maybe find some semblance of a pass rush on Sunday, man.
Come in there and hand the torch to somebody and tell them to do the stomp that ass.
Stomp that ass out, yeah. Like because I'm confused with this defense week to week, man. You never know what you're gonna get, and what we haven't ever gotten any game really is a good, strong, solid pass rush for 4 quarters, man. We just haven't seen that all season, and we really need that this game.
I want to go back to what Adam said earlier in the stream, that that's part of the problem with this defense, because we don't have an identity. Sometimes we're out in the 3-4, sometimes we're in the 4-3. So when it comes draft time, we really don't know what are we drafting this guy for? Are we drafting him to be a 4-3 defensive end, or we drafting him to be an outside linebacker? Well, because we don't know what our identity is as a defense. So I think that that was a pretty good point he brought up. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Because I don't I don't know. This is just right now. This is it, man. This is all we got left right now, man.
Yeah, if we lose this game, the race is over this year.
Yeah, I don't want the season to pretty much be ending. We got Sunday after Thanksgiving, man, and the season's already over, man. I want to have something to play for in December still, man. I want to be playing like we're still playing for something in December.
Right.
I want December to mean something. This last however many seasons, December's meant nothing for the New York Giants. I need December to mean something for real.
Well, it meant something last season because we were still in it.
Well, I mean,
barely,
yeah, but that was just technicality. Division
right now,
being shitty as it is,
it's not looking good, my friend.
No, not at all, brother. It's looking looking very suspect. That's why I'm concerned with, because another thing I want to see, because on Monday night, man, the first half of that game, we weren't out of that game, man. We basically just abandoned the run game completely. Completely abandoned the run game. I don't give a damn what anybody had to say about Saquon Barkley. If he's back in the lineup, he's healthy enough to play, got a uniform on, he should be getting the ball handed off to him more than 6 times. That is unacceptable for a running back the caliber of Saquon Barkley to only get six carries in the game. That's just, and he's healthy on the field. That's not acceptable to me. We were not out of that game in the first half. We were very much in that game the entire first half. And the fact that he didn't even have as many as 6 carries the whole entire first half, that's ridiculous enough as it in itself, man. Like, we got to figure something out there, man. And try to figure out ways to hide the offensive line's deficiencies, man. I don't know. It's easier said than done, but you got to figure out, good coaches figure out ways to mask and disguise their players' weaknesses. You know what I mean? Like, that's what the Eagles are doing with Jalen Hurts. They're getting him out the pocket. They're getting him able to move and create things with his legs. They're not just keeping him in the pocket because they know sitting in the pocket and passing the ball from the pocket is not a strength. It's not a strength for him. And they're figuring out ways to make this kid look successful. We got to figure out a way to do that with some of our players, man. Like I said, the disguise and master deficiencies. Because that's just what good coaching staffs do with their players. That's what Joe Judge said he was going to do with this team when he came in, opening press conference. He's going to play. He's going to coach these players to their strengths, ask them to do what they can do, not what they can't do. I want to see that, man. I need to see that because I'm not seeing enough of that.
I haven't seen that yet.
I feel like we're just forcing people. We're just forcing people to try to do things that we want them to do.
Right.
Whether
We've
they
been
whether
doing
they
the
can get it
opposite
done
of
or
what
not.
he said in that press conference. Exactly. Exactly. Slay, what you got to say, bro?
He on mute. He must have stepped out or something. He got his mic muted.
He's scared to get put backstage. Oh man. Well, I was hoping he would have something to say to defend himself before I close it out by just thoroughly bashing the Philadelphia Eagles because we're gonna smack the shit out of y'all.
We need this W because I'm tired. Like I said, I keep telling you, I live 30 minutes away from the link. So I'm like, bro, I'm right here with them Philly fans every single day of my life, man. I deal with them every day, everywhere I go. Because everywhere I go, I got something New York Giants on. So everybody know who I represent everywhere I go. You know what I mean? So I'm dealing with them Eagle fans every second, every day of my life anytime I'm outside my house, bro. I got Eagle fans in my ears talking shit, man. So we need to get the W just because of that. I'm tired of these cats. They're very obnoxious.
Anybody watching in the Wilmington, Delaware area, okay? Y'all need to go ahead and subscribe to this man's channel, even if y'all Philadelphia Eagle fans, because the man is real enough to wear his Giants apparel surrounded by y'all and represent his team. For that, you should give him enough respect to support his cause and subscribe to his channel. Shout out to Big Mac.
Word, I appreciate it, man. Represent every day, man. Every day, no matter what. I'm going to have something that say New York Giants on it, whether it's a hat, jacket, hoodie, something.
Because with our stinking record, people be talking shit to me all the time because I'm the same way, bro. Every time you see me, I got some new Giants, something on, you know what I'm saying? And people like, why you be wearing their stuff? If I was a Giants fan, I'd be hiding. I wouldn't this. And I'd be like, man, you crazy as hell.
I don't do that. I don't care how we could be 0-17. I don't give a damn. I'm still rocking my shit.
Giants fan, damn right. Shit. Been a Knicks fan. We ain't did shit since Patrick Ewing. I'm still a Knicks fan. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we had a little run with Spreewell and Canby in them, but they ain't really make no noise. So we really ain't did shit since Patrick Ewing and John Stark and Oakley and Anthony Mason and Larry Johnson. You know what I'm saying?
What up, his squad? I'm not a big NBA fan no more, man. But when I was into the NBA, I was like, I just kind of like certain players more so than just teams. I just like certain, like I used to love Kevin Garnett. That was my guy back in the day. KG. Yeah, Ray. I used to fuck with Ray Allen too heavy. Like Ray Allen all the way back from when he was at UConn in college.
I got heartburn like a motherfucker.
But I'm definitely more into college basketball than I am into the NBA.
Ooh, that shit ain't fun, son.
Hell no.
Hey, hit. That's Sunday's version of shorthand right there. Oh, man.
Was that fight tomorrow on pay-per-view? The fight tomorrow on pay-per-view? Is it like on pay-per-view tomorrow, the fight? Or is it like on regular TV?
No, it's a Showtime event, so I think it is pay-per-view.
Okay.
Because it's he's got he's an undisputed champ too.
You talking about Lopez?
Yeah.
Yeah, he when he beat Lomachenko, when are they gonna fight again?
He's
Somewhere
fighting
down the line.
George Kambosos.
Because Lomachenko got a fight coming up too, don't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see him and Lopez fight again. That fight was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
He came on too late in that fight. Lomachenko way too late in that fight to try to make his move. Got beat up too much in the early rounds.
Teofimo had that length, that reach.
He came on strong late though. Lomachenko came on, tried to steal that fight late.
He thought the kid was gonna tire himself out and he'd be able to rock him.
That's exactly what he thought. He felt he ended up thought wrong. But like I was saying, Lopez, like Slay was already talking about Lopez overrated, man. No, he's not. Boy ain't overrated, man.
Nah, he ain't overrated, but he do got a big mouth.
Well, he do, but he's confident and he talked that shit, but he walks it. He backs it up. You know what I mean? He was talking all that shit to Lomachenko for about a good whole year solid before that fight happened. He was just talking trash. Lomachenko told him he was going to do
talking shit to Devin Haney, so I want to see him get in the ring with Devin Haney, not move up. Now he talking about vacating the belts and making Devin Haney fight him at 140 pounds.
I don't know about all that.
Because he said he been at 135 for years, and the fight hasn't happened yet. So he said he gonna vacate his belts and move up to 140. And if Devin Haney got balls, he'll come up to 140 to fight him. I'm like, bro, this shit crazy.
That might be a little bit too much. Might be a little too overconfident with that one. But I don't know. I like watching him fight because he be having some of the biggest highlight reel knockouts I've ever seen, man.
Don't sleep on Berlanga, Edgar Berlanga from New York. That dude is a knockout specialist. He's up and coming. Up and coming. I think he's only got 19 fights, but
I'm not familiar with him. I gotta check him out.
Yeah, he's only had 19 fights, but 16 of them is knockouts, and they're all in the first round.
Damn. Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, Puerto Rican kid from New York City. But yeah, fellas, I appreciate everybody popping in the stream, man. Subscribe to Mac the Giants fan. Go check out Big Play Slay, even though he's an Eagles fan. You can sub up to him and talk shit to him in his comment section like I do. But appreciate all the support. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification, leave your comments, thoughts, opinions, and ideas in the comment section. And as always, G Nation.
All right, y'all. Peace out, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. Thanks for helping me out.